Well, the donation centers are closed, at least most of them, and so that has put much of my decluttering projects kind of in a holding pattern. I really needed to get this project done and didn't feel like I could have done that while we were in school and everything was full swing. So I took advantage of some time and materials that I already had to give this coat closet a refresh. And I can't wait to show you how it turned out. Well, hello friend. I'm Mary Beth from the atwhatcostblog.com, and if this is the first time we've met, I'm married to Brian and we have 3 boys ages 8, 7, and 5 that we are currently schooling from home while working from home, and I feel like a lot of us are in that same situation. For our generation, it was the Y2K bug, and I definitely think for this generation, it is what they're all calling the Great Adaptation, and it could not be any closer to the truth. Now, you may be following some of our series. We started the Eat the Frog series and we kind of had to put it on hold, but I'm picking it back up and following along with those tasks that we really just dread doing. And so if you would like to know more about what it means to eat the frog, I will list a video in the description where I talk more about that when I decluttered my office, which may also be pretty helpful for some of you who now find yourselves working from home. So I would encourage you to check that out. And so we're gonna eat a frog today and tackle this hall closet. Now, typically the end of the school year is a great time for us to reevaluate the things that worked and the things that didn't work. But I oftentimes am so tired just from getting through the end of the year events. My kids are tired, and so things have just collected, and I sometimes, and I will admit it, I sometimes will just stuff everything in there, close the door, and wait until September to reevaluate those things again. But I feel like even in the midst of chaos, we have been given a little bit of a gift to just rest and reevaluate and figure out what's working and what isn't working. And so I know that this wire shelf is just collecting clutter. It's easily accessible to me. When I'm cleaning the kids' book bags out at the end of the day, I tend to just stuff things up there. Sometimes I remember them, sometimes I don't. And I really want to be able to use this for either more storage of our off-season items, or I actually am going to leave it open for a while and see if we even need that kind of storage. So that's the goal today. I would really like to get this done using only the materials that we have on hand.
So I'm at a little bit of a crossroads here. I don't really know how to get these things out. Do you know how to get these things out? Leave it in the comments because I got no idea.
So YouTube to the rescue. I was able to find a video that showed how to take those hangers out. And as you can see, I taped the trim off and I taped around the bottom there. That is the existing frame that held that seat. And I went ahead and painted it. Now this was some leftover paint that we had from our bathroom that is adjacent to this closet. And so I taped off the line that I was going to put the trim at, and I just did a quick paint on this closet, and it just gives it a whole new look. And here you can see too that I did install some trim, and again, this was stuff that we already had on hand, and so I painted it the same color as the other trim in our house. This is leftover paint that we had that our builder left. And so I just put several coats on and was able to match that to the existing trim that we had in the house. So we have 2 levels here that I need to have hooks at. One for my husband and I, those hooks will go on top, and then another for our kids. And then my plan is to reinstall that bench, and I just painted that front trim piece there. And here you can see I painted the bench and put that back in, and that's the same color as the trim. So now all I have left to do is put the hooks up.
So it may be a little bit hard to see, but I marked with some painter's tape where the previous holes were because the hooks had already been measured out. And so I marked it with some painter's tape, but then I had to tape over that when I painted this trim piece white. But I'm gonna try, maybe you'll be able to see it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna mark out where I wanna put these hooks, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get those put in tonight, and this project will be done. So hopefully you can kind of see, but it's a little bit darker right here. And so I'm gonna put my hook there and just measure or just mark the holes for, and then go ahead and get all these hooks put in.
I am excited to show you how this closet turned out. I am really happy with the outcome, and I think it's going to be a lot more functional for us in the future.
You can see the hooks here for our kids' backpacks, and they fit perfectly in there. We have our seat to sit on while you're putting your shoes on, and then these baskets, the shoes are just tucked away, and the kids each have their own basket, and they know exactly where to put their shoes. And I actually ended up installing a smaller hook too next to the one for my purse for our dog's jacket and leash.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe. It's absolutely free. And if you tap that little bell, you can decide how frequently you want to see notifications of when we release our videos. And I am just so glad that we got to visit again today. And if this is your first time visiting with us, thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing everyone again.